Hello everyone. So dear students, today we are going to start with the poem The Schoolboy written by William Blake. Before we start, I want to ask you that how many of you do not like going to school? Fine. Some naughty students don't like going to school. So in this poem, poet has described such a boy who doesn't want to go to school. He gave different excuses for not going to school. Sometimes he compares himself to a bird and sometimes to a flower. So now let's start the poem. I love to rise in a summer morn when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company! In this poem, the speaker is a young boy who is joyful and likes to awake in the fresh and delightful summer morning. Further, describing the beauty of the summer morning, the boy likes the chirping of the birds on every tree, the sound of horn blown by the hunter from a distant field, and sweet songs of the skylark. Skylark is the name of a bird. But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outworn, the little one spends the day in sighing and dismay. In this stanza, the poet is saying that it is a matter of utmost disappointment for the speaker to attend the school in such a sweet summer morning, where actually he wishes to enjoy the delight of summer. He is tired and even puzzled under the strict supervision of his teacher. So in this stanza, the phrase outworn refers to the eyes of the teacher that actually tires the boy. Instead of enjoying the pleasure of summer, the child has to compulsory attend the school where he spends his day in boredom and sadness. Then at times I drooping sit and spend many an anxious hour. Nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's board, worn through with a dreary shore. Now the child expresses his tiredness. He sits unwillingly in the sea of boredom. The child keeps under the control the attack on him by the harsh personality of the teacher and unnecessary lectures, and his urge for unchecked freedom. Here, the learning's board refers to a garden where the child can be taught in an interesting way only if nature accompanies him instead of the school teacher. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child when fears annoy but drop his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? Now in this stanza, the poet compares a child with a bird. According to his view, a bird which is born cheerful and fun-loving can never sing sweet songs if caged. Similarly, a child is remained under the umbrella of annoying fear and tension. The distrust of his teacher can never enjoy the natural instincts of joy and playfulness. Indeed, a world full of rigid codes of discipline will ruthlessly take away the beautiful springs, means the childhood days of a person's life. Oh father and mother, if buds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day by sorrow and care's dismay. Now the boy complains to the highest authority, that is to his father and mother, if a budding child is picked and swept off in the early stage of life in an ocean of sorrow where there is no one to care for, if unhappiness crushes the sensitive plants, beautiful and the newborn bird's summer can never be joyful. How shall the summer arise in joy or the summer fruits appear? So in this stanza, the poet is saying that if care and concern rule over the plants, flowers, birds, such a summer will be dry and will bear no fruit. The child inquires his parents as to how they can win back what pain or sadness has destroyed. If the plants perish or dry up due to the pains or sorrows, no fruit will be there in the season of autumn. This implies that This means that if the childhood pleasures and joys are restricted, one has to be very sure that the adult life will be absolutely dry and unproductive. Now see what the speaker wants to say, what the poet wants to say in this poem. The speaker in this poem is a young boy who is at school in the summer morning. He cannot focus in class because he wants to play outside and enjoy the weather. He feels like a bird trapped in a cage. Towards the poem's end, the boy wonders how children can grow and thrive if they are not allowed to enjoy the summer. This poem is about allowing children, to run and play outside, to experience the beauty of nature. I hope this poem is clear to you. So now let's have a look on the poetic devices used by the poet in this poem. The first one is rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme. What is rhyme scheme? It is a pattern of rhymes or sounds at the end of each line of a poem or a song. It is usually referred to by using letters to indicate which lines rhymes. Now, the rhyme scheme of this poem is A, B, A, B, B. Next is metaphor. Metaphor means when two things are compared with each other for their similarities. It is an indirect comparison, you can say that. So example of metaphor in this poem is, how can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? Means in these lines the poet has compared the schoolboy with the bird who sits in a cage. If the birds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day by sorrow and care's dismay. Means here the schoolboy is also compared with the blossoms, with the flowers. Next is alliteration. Alliteration is a repetition of beginning consonant sounds of the words that come one after the other. Now example of alliteration is sky, skylark sings. Means here S sound is repeated. Blossoms, blown. Here B sound is repeated. This is an example of alliteration. Next is imagery. Imagery means through words the poet tries to create an image in the reader's mind. Now here mood of summer morning, the birds singing, the huntsman who blows his horn, the skylark singing with the schoolboy. Means these all images, these all words tries to create an image in the reader's mind. I hope this poem is clear to you all. Go through the poem once again. Thank you and have a nice day.